Global Citizens of South Asia group is part of a social media experiment being conducted that is expected to bring greater peace, love, harmony, and balance to all countries and people of South Asia. Please see the introduction to Global Citizens of South Asia video first before seeing this one. Today is February 7th, 2015, and I'm starting this project, Global Citizens of South Asia. My name is Bobby. I'm of Indian origin but have lived most of my life in the US. I consider myself a global citizen and am part of a big informal online group of thousands of global citizens worldwide. For a long time now, we have been wanting to create a social media group that unites all global citizens and encourages everyone to be and think like global citizens. We know there's an urgent need for this type of group. It is the need of the hour. Global citizens means people who really care for everyone and for the entire world. They want to live in a peaceful, harmonious, balanced world and want to do good for the whole world, not just for their own community. Recently, I've seen a lot of news online that leads me to believe that millions of people in Pakistan are hurting and are ready to be global citizens. I know this is true of other countries in South Asia as well. There are big rallies going on in several parts of Pakistan of people who want to reclaim Pakistan away from terrorism and back into goodness. Here are the words of Gibran Nasir, a 27-year-old lawyer who is helping organize these rallies. I never felt so overwhelmed. I felt pathetic as a human being, as a Muslim, as a Pakistani. I felt very, very small. He says, I've got some views on my religion. I read on it. I research on it to an extent. I can't seem to reconcile the preachings of my Imam and the teachings in the Quran. Another Pakistani entrepreneur said, we are people who are basically concerned for our own humanity. If we do not take some kind of stance, we may very well stay alive, but we will lose our own humanity by being lazy. It makes us complicit. This Reclaim Pakistan movement is growing mostly via social media, especially on Facebook. You can read the Reclaim Pakistan article. The link to the article is in the description of this video. You can also see the video on Reclaim Pakistan, which I found very sad. I also saw the Facebook page of one of the Pakistani students who was present during the Peshawar Army School massacre. Here is an image that I found on his page. I know that millions of people are questioning. They are questioning their religious authority, their customs, their nation, their religion. This is very good. Questioning like this is the first step to want to be global citizens and want to make a positive change and start doing good for all, to start opening up the heart and become really human. Of course, the Pakistani army is now saying that they have turned the corner and they want to end terrorism in Pakistan. They are now going after all terrorists, not differentiating between good and bad terrorists. If that is true, that will be very good. But most analysts have serious doubts because they don't see Pakistan as being serious about this goal. This is just a publicity stunt to get the world off of Pakistan's back so that they can continue to get funding from the USA and continue supporting terrorism as usual. If they have actually turned a corner, that would be incredible. Introduction to Global Citizens of South Asia. We are a non-religious group and are not interested in converting people to any particular religion or belief system. Our desire is to spread the human values of goodness, positivity, humanity, caring, compassion, and unity between all people. That is, encourage people to be and think like global citizens, or simply peaceful, balanced, loving humans. We believe that 95% of people agree with these basic human values, even in countries that are perceived to be violent. Our purpose is to use social media effectively to create positive change in everyone's thinking. We want to create a different culture of love and respect amongst millions of people all over South Asia. A feeling of love, caring, compassion, and positivity rather than hatred, fear, insecurity, and violence, based on the ingrained feeling in many South Asians that others are different than us and therefore inferior. We believe that the youth, by and large, are open to this type of positive change in thinking, especially if they spend some time on social media. This is because interacting online with others worldwide creates a change in thinking towards being more of global citizens. We believe that a very large percentage of people who live in India, Pakistan, and other South Asian countries are really good people who want a better life for themselves, their children, and their loved ones. They want nothing other than peace, harmony, and balance, unity, brotherhood, inclusiveness, caring and compassion, and love for all people. Just a few handful of people have hijacked this goodness that is inherent in all people, and this goodness must be reclaimed and restored back to the people. We have a powerful plan to do this, which is part of our group, and we will present this plan in our numerous videos that are coming soon. Social media is a very powerful tool responsible for huge global movements. It has brought revolutionary change in many countries, a people power movement. It has been used by terrorist groups for negative, evil purposes also. Our idea is, why not figure out how to use social media in an extremely powerful way as a force for good and positive change? Awaken the sleeping giant. Global Citizens of South Asia is a powerful social media system whose purpose is to fully awaken all good people of South Asia to the immense power that lies inside them, so we no longer have to be victims of our circumstances, of terror, hatred, violence, fear for the safety of ourselves and our loved ones. Our focus is not just eradicate terrorism, but also these feelings of inferiority complex and/or superiority complex that causes so much problems for our women, our mothers and sisters. The giant of people power has been sleeping until now and is about to awaken. A powerful scenario. Let me give you a powerful scenario or example of how the entire world can transform. Let's suppose there's a man who lives in a house somewhere. He lives with his son. He lives his life full of hate, fear, violence, anger, terrorist-type thinking, superiority thinking. Only his way is the right way. Everyone else needs to be subdued or eliminated. His son also has very negative thinking due to the negative influences from his father and others, which is shown by the black lines. However, due to spending a lot of time online and on social media, he is starting to think a little bit differently. He thinks the world may be different than his father thinks, or what the authorities in his city think. After all, many of the people he is interacting with online are good people, even though they have many differences from him and his family and the people around him. So there's a spark of light or understanding that is born inside him. So he has some feelings of aman, or love, harmony, peace, balance, and flow. This is shown by the small circle in him with the letter L that stands for light or love. It is just a tiny spark at present. Over time, as he interacts more and more online with good people and comes across different ideas such as our Global Citizens of South Asia, and watches many of our videos or lots of other similar type videos that exist online, he finds greater and greater peace and balance. You can now see the bigger circle, and the love, harmony, peace, balance, and flow is bigger now. That means it has greater influence on his own life. His life is a lot more balanced, and people can notice some changes in him. His father notices the changes also. As the young man's circle is getting bigger, his father's hate, fear, etc. is getting smaller. The young man is really loving this new energy in his life now, so it will continue to grow. So the love, harmony, and in balance keeps on growing and creating a bigger circle. That means he has influence on more people. Now the circle is bigger. His father's hate, fear, etc. is getting really tiny. Positive energy has far greater power than negative energy, so it is making a big difference to his father's thinking. The same thing that is happening in their house is happening at the national level also. Now, as the younger man's circle is getting bigger and bigger, he has far greater awareness also. He's getting many more visions of how life can be. Now he is aware that there are actually millions and millions of people globally who are seeking solutions and starting to practice and live more in this new energy of greater balance, love, harmony, peace, and flow. So he interacts with many good people online, and the energy collectively is creating a new energy for planet Earth. This energy is creating a different present and future for humanity, one of different possibilities, a reality of light and love. So the same thing is happening at the micro level in people's homes, and also at the macro level, at the city level, national level, and world level. The energy of love is changing people. It doesn't require people to change their religion at all. The energy of love works. The more you watch more and more of our videos, the more these positive changes will be part of your daily experience and reality. It can change society. It can change others who you interact with daily. You just have to put it into effect in your own life first. Now, many people who are seeing this video will probably wonder if millions of people globally are actually transforming their thinking this way. Isn't this just wishful thinking and way too unrealistic? After all, there is tons of chaos and violence daily in our world. Let me talk about this. Of course, we see a lot of chaos and violence on the news daily. The truth is that only a relatively small number of rogue elements are causing this. The percentage is very small. The vast majority are seeking solutions and have been doing so for a long time, for decades. And the truth is that the solutions exist, but are hidden from the masses, due to that most humans have been so brainwashed, hypnotized, and are living in an illusionary reality. However, there is gradual awakening taking place also. If you watch several videos on our channel that are coming soon, you will understand this completely. The truth will transform your thinking and your life. You will have a night and day difference in your thinking. There are simple methods with tons of science and evidence behind them that anyone who desires can have a life full of love, balance, peace, harmony, and flow, just as in our example with a young man. These methods have nothing to do with religion. You don't have to change your religion. Our group will teach many of these methods 100% free online. Many such methods are freely available online if you know where to look for them. Our group, Global Citizens, is not the only source for this type of information. Millions of people have been using these methods for ages and are awakening to new possibilities for humanity. In fact, I have been using such methods for years, and that is the reason I started receiving visions of this Global Citizens group and an extremely powerful plan to make it a reality. There are literally huge numbers of people who are trying to do good work, like me, in various areas of our world. The moment people start awakening, stop living in illusion, and start questioning their reality, they will start receiving tons of help on how they can truly be global citizens and do good for the whole world. That is part of the awakening giant of people power, or the new humanity. I recommend watch more and more videos that feed the human spirit online, and you will awaken to the full truth. 100th Monkey Effect. The 100th Monkey Effect is a powerful concept or theory of consciousness that supports how this global change in thinking can occur. This will answer the questions many people have regarding that they are trying to be good people, but how will that change those evildoers or terrorists? That is not going to change their behavior, is it? The 100th monkey was in effect observed by a group of scientists studying snow monkeys on an island in Japan. The monkeys loved sweet potatoes. However, they invariably got sandy in the sand, so it was hard to eat. One of the younger monkeys had discovered that it would taste a lot better by washing the sweet potatoes before eating them. Slowly, this new innovation or method was being transferred from one young monkey to another, and also to their mothers. This transfer was happening slowly to more and more young monkeys and their siblings and mothers. Then the scientists observed something interesting happen. A certain threshold or number of adopting monkeys was reached in the group. They called it the 100th monkey. After that, suddenly, overnight, all the monkeys had started doing it, even the older males. However, what was interesting was that the same innovation was being observed in many groups of other monkeys on other islands that were separated by water. I recommend you watch a video on the 100th monkey, which is in the description of this video. The 100th monkey is interesting because it tells us that our actions can have a huge effect on others, whether we interact with them or not. All of us are looking for new solutions that work better for us. First, only a small percentage of people will adopt these solutions, but that number will constantly grow. Eventually, due to how consciousness works, everyone will get it, virtually overnight. So we cannot think, why should we be a global citizen? You should learn to be a global citizen so your life will be in greater love, harmony, peace, balance, and flow. You will have less stress. Slowly, more and more people will catch on. I really love the fact that Modi ji has recommended an International Yoga Day to the United Nations, and they have voted on it and adopted it. So slowly the whole world is catching on to the ancient technologies of India. This is great. Currently we have 2 channels on YouTube. Global Citizens of Earth teaches how to be a global citizen, how to cultivate inner strength, how not to be a victim anymore, how to reclaim our power back, how to open up the heart to the world, how to transform our own life with love and others' lives also. Global Citizens of South Asia is more about current news events, what is going on in South Asia, and to be more aware from a global citizen's perspective, what we can do about it. We are interested in real solutions to make life better for all. You can also see our websites, globalcitizensofsouthasia.org and globalcitizensofearth.org. We have just started, so it will take some time for all the content to be created on our websites and YouTube channels. We need everyone's help. Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." This is true. We can be the change we want to see in the world. You want to change the world? Change your life and your thinking first. If you are motivated by our vision of Global Citizens of Earth and Global Citizens of South Asia, help us. We need so much help. For example, we need people to help us create other videos in other languages or without an American accent. If you can do that, help us. There's tons of other work that needs to be done. Please be service-oriented. The world needs everyone's help right now. Open up your heart and help someone or help our group. Whatever your heart prompts, start acting on it, even in little ways. Only then we can create the world that we all want. If you want to fully understand Global Citizens, please also read our blog, globalcitizensofsouthasia.org, and also see the second part of this video.